Okay, so this is the Crazyhouse World Championship match with Mahyar. I connection was really bad, so the first one started lagging, so had to end the stream and start again. I lost that other game. Played very well. Was kind of hopeless for a long time. Didn't have really any counterattack, so I think I'm gonna have to change up the opening as black because he's really doing well with his opening. This position looks much better for me, I think. I have to do something queen takes here. Actually, queen takes g2 looks really nice. Queen takes g2 and bishop at g4. Wow. Now suddenly I don't know if I'm doing that good. Yeah, to be honest, queen takes g2. Okay, he didn't play it. I'm really glad he didn't play that. I think I would have been losing either queen takes g2. Knight h4 maybe? No. I would like a knight for f4, but I don't have one, so... Could just take the free pawn, but that also doesn't do much, so... I think best is try to cover the king a bit. Bishop d2. Bishop g4 maybe, then knight h4. But I don't really want to take ever because then he opens up. So let's just pin the bishop to the queen. Maybe knight at f5 covers some squares. And there's no more pin. Maybe bishop. I guess bishop takes c7 is okay because it actually opens up e5 for the knight. Right now I gotta be careful because if I move the knight, then queen takes g2 is mate. Oh, he's gone for it. And then knight h4. Yeah, knight h4 looks super good. I can't go back because he has mate. Wow, he's playing very well. Try king h3 is edge e4 takes. And then knight f5, king off is forced, and then f6 I can still run like this, but I think it's going to be mate, to be honest. This is very, very clever. He's just playing much better than me. He might get mixed up here run out of time, though. We'll see. I think I'm... Oh, I thought I was still alive after king here, but I guess he has rook h6 checkmate. So I could go to f4, then he has maybe checkmate, or I could try to take, king takes, bishop here. Yeah, I think I'm still alive in that line. Let's do this. I have too many escapes back, I think, that he can't stop them. King's actually supporting mate, so he's gotta... Okay. I think I... Oh, but if I take here, he's bishop f7 mate. Oh, wow. I didn't even see knight d7 check. So if I take here, bishop f7 is mate. If I go to g6, rook h6, bishop f6. I'll try king g5, but I'm not so sure. Hoping he can't stop me from running back, but... Okay, now I can take... Or I could go up. If I go up, then... Knight e7, king takes... Bishop takes e3... I think I'll just take h5, but then he can take a3. Yeah, I don't think I have much of a choice, though. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, he's playing very impressively. So I think I'm gonna... Wondering if I should try a different opening or not. I guess I'll try a different opening. We'll see what happens. Wow, okay. He's ready for attack already. It still seems pretty good for me. Definitely have a lot of hope. Because he's low on material. Can do knight at e5, knight at h4. How's he gonna defend against knight h4? Rook g1, I guess. That's too good, I think. Knight e5. What's he gonna do? Just go back, I think. So maybe I try something like this. Or I could do this. I think I actually like that, yeah. King up and then just get the rook on the f file. If he takes, do I... Maybe his idea is at f5. That looks pretty bad, actually. Yeah, he's going for it. Let's do this. If at f5 I go knight e5, I think. If he takes, I can also go back and then drop and then hide. Maybe I'm still alive there. I think taking is just better though. Man, these moves are... It's annoying when he plays that. Let's just pressure the bishop. And then drop a pawn here maybe. I'll just drop a pawn here. He's got at f5, but it is covered, so at g5 is a bit strange, I think. Now I play knight g4. I want to sack on f2, and stuff like rook f8 check, queen b6 check. Okay, that's very tempting for me to just sack here and give it the bishop. I think I'm gonna do that. I don't think he has mate after take the queen, promote, a pawn here, rook here. But I should still be alive. I think this is okay. So yeah, he's got to do that. Now, rook f1, can he do any sneaky drops? I don't think so. How about take... Knight g5 is a bit annoying as king sidesteps in. So this is a big idea. If bishop takes, I don't want to take with king because my king's exposed, so I'll play knight at g4 check and then take with the knight. Or maybe queen b6 is a good trick, I think, actually. Queen b6, so if he plays bishop e3, then I have knight at g4 and I win the bishop with check, which is very important. So I'm trying to get something like that going based on his dark square weaknesses. That's why you see this knight sack a lot in these openings. If I go here though, he can drop the bishop, and then knight g4 isn't that good, so let's just stick with knight g4 first, and then take. Any other good moves? I don't think so. Wait, knight here, then I can sidestep, I should be good still. Bishop at h5 looks good, just cover my light squares a bit, and then that's a good check. Here, bishop at g4. Blocks with... Oh, I'm tempted to take here, but then he can take, and there's no knight covering it, so... I guess I can play this, though. It's a bit risky, to be honest. Bishop takes, I think, is the good move here. If I take, then he's got... Bishop f5, maybe? It's really hard to tell. Both of our kings are pretty weak. I just need a knight, I think, for g3, and a bishop to control these squares. That's a good combination, this knight like this. The bishop gets these squares, and then you form a little triangle that cuts off the king, because the queen is there. So, take like this. You can take here if you want, so you can also play bishop f5. Bishop f5 I'll just take, I guess, so maybe at g6, knight f4 is good. Okay. Let's play here to cover my light squares. This knight's defended. If knight g5, I think I'm still safe. I think this is one of the better positions I've had, but it still looks pretty rough. Let's play here. If he takes, then I can take like this. He's also low on time again, but it doesn't seem to be a problem for him, so I don't know what he's calculating. Now I have this threat too, so he's kind of... Okay, that works, yeah. I guess just take and pressure the rook. I have bishop f6 now, cover my dark squares a bit, attack both knights. If he goes back, I'm assuming. I don't see any other option. Maybe rook takes to try to go knight f7. Okay. Queen b6 is very tempting. Queen b6, I like that. Yeah. Now I'm threatening to take here and play knight g3. Or I'm also threatening mate, actually, but... Yeah, now maybe I can take and play knight g3. Or queen takes b2 looks best, yeah. He's really low on time now, so... let's just block. Don't really want to give him too much material, so... I'll also take this knight. If I take the knight now, knight g3 looks like a good mate threat. Not 100% sure though, it's probably not worth risking, so... Let's see, so if I take g5, takes my queen, knight g3, these squares are all covered, so if he goes back I have... Oh, that's too complicated. Probably not worth risking, let's just go back. Pin the knight. Now I can take a bunch of stuff. Which one do I want to take? Let's take the knight for g3. Take here or block. I think my knight is such a good attacker that I want to just block, even though I could take the bishop for free. Okay. Now I could do knight here. That's a bit tough. Try knight c3 and take. Okay, let's do that. Oh, wait, let me get the queen. There we go. Okay. It's a better game. I'm going to stick with the same opening. I think that was just one game that happened to go wrong. I don't know if I played it bad or anything. Let's try this line instead. Use f6. Theory, I think. I gotta be a little more careful playing c4. That's probably my issue. Keep allowing weaknesses to c4. It's hard to play anything else though. I guess he's starting takes. Can't really do anything about it, can I? Let's play h3. He's probably gonna take. Could take here, but then I lose. No, that works. Yeah, I'm not losing anything if I take. He gets a piece, I get a piece. If he takes the pawn, then I can take here. If he takes here with check, then I can take and defend the pawn. So he has to move the bishop back somewhere. So takes, I guess I can play takes here. Let's take my rook. If he takes my rook, I think I actually might go for the bishop instead, because that knight is trapped. He doesn't have any mate threats either, and that bishop is it's a good bishop, because his light scores are weak, so I want to get rid of it. Okay, yeah. Now, yeah, both seem completely fine. I don't know which is better. I played knight takes, but I think either is fine. I just want to get rid of this light square bishop. That's the only reason I played this. G3 is tempting. This is tempting. G3, is that worth it? This bishop's kind of bad if I do that, though. I think. I'll do bishop at G4 just because I think I should pressure his light scores. Bishop is also very good on G4 because these are very important squares around the king, and the bishop covers all of them. Now this knight is not developed, it's not doing anything, but I got more pieces in the game. Now this feels a bit risky. Take. Knight F3 maybe. I think I should just leave it for now. He's not really threatening anything yet. Maybe let's do Knight F4. Now we're threatening to take and take B4. If he takes, I can take the bishop. Takes here, take the queen. Should be okay. So this is my threat now. Yeah, this looks much better for me. I think I'm up a piece for a pawn. Yeah, and that's a pretty uncomfortable move. You don't really want to play unless you really have to. So I think that means I'm already kind of getting the best of him, but still a long way to go. If I take and play bishop h5, that looks kind of good. I think this bishop is kind of useless. I want to do something about that, but it's hard to see what to do. I think I'll take. I want to take this knight maybe. Let's do that. So now I could either play bishop h5 and try to go for this diagonal, or knight h5 and pressure this. If d takes, I also have d5. Okay, f takes. I can now take here. If queen takes, I have knight g7, so that looks really good. I'm just destroying one of his central defenders. I'm threatening both these. Well, more knight at c7, win the rook. Knight g7 doesn't really do anything. Bishop at g4 looks good. Blocks the rook, defends the knight. I think I want to get... Yeah, okay, at this point my knight's defended. So now I have knight c7, king moves somewhere, and then knight takes d5, attacking the queen, attacking f6. So if he allows knight c7, take d5 with no threat, I think I'm winning. I mean, yeah, I think I'm winning anyways, but that's really winning, and this is not as winning. He's low on time again as well. Might be able to equalize it at this game. So he blocks it. That's good. Try knight h6. Could try. Bishop f6 maybe if queen takes, then knight c7. That looks okay. Knight h6, how about that? So rook f8. Or what if he just goes rook h8 then? And at f7 looks really good. Yeah, so here rook can't really do much. If I should play takes or knight at h6. If I take here, takes here. I think I like bishop takes f6 better. But knight h6 would have kept my king a little bit safer, so this is kind of the riskier line. But if he takes, I think I have enough with this. Uh-oh. Okay. Froze for a second. could take the rook, but I think I prefer this because these light squares are so weak and dark squares are really weak now. Queen's under attack. Rook is not even really needed. My king is still pretty safe. Maybe queen h4. I guess I could just... Okay. Probably just drop on h3 and I'm fine still. Let's play e7 first. I might actually have a mate here. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, king here. Okay. Probably this. You gotta watch out for... Okay, now I can win the queen. Okay. Bit of a comeback, hopefully. Now, I think d6 went well enough that I'm willing to try it again. He seems to know what he's doing with the other opening, so... Okay, this time he's not going to sacrifice an f7, so we'll see how that changes the game. Okay, bishop g4 covers this square, he can't push now. Also activates my bishop, which is a good move. I think trade and just redraw, or I could also drop on d4. It's a strong bishop, so... If here I'm scared of f3, my bishop's doing nothing, so I think I prefer bishop here. Maybe knight e6, takes, and he's trying to go for this weakness on f7. I think that works. Or how I would cover this, maybe at h7. Yeah, this is a tough line to calculate. I think knight e6 does work though, I probably would play it. Knight e6. Could I even ignore it though? Play like queen c8, and then if takes... No, then he takes here. So I have to take if he plays knight e6, I think. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking about, because there's no real other move except bishop e3, maybe drop, or knight f3, but I think this is what he's thinking about. So he decides not to. Could try moving the knight to defend the bishop. Could also just ignore it. If he takes the bishop, it's not that bad. Or I can go for this knight. Kind of want to develop, so let's do this. If he takes, I can take with the knight. I think maybe now knight c5 is a good try. Take with check, take here. If he goes here and takes, then... So I guess maybe take here first, yeah. Okay. This is kind of theory. If bishop h... Okay, he didn't play it. Now I'll take with this bishop because I don't want him to trade. Now I think this battery is very powerful. So now that the knight's gone, I have this battery. So letting him trade would probably be bad for me. Now I'm tempted to play bishop h5 too, to pin and block this pawn from moving. With bishop h5, I think... Actually, I think I might already be better, but it's kind of hard to tell. Hard for him to pressure here, because I just take. Yeah. Maybe he wants to... Yeah, block like that. So, bishop h5, I guess he has knight f4, though. Then I can take on f3. Bishop g4 also defends it. There's no knight f4, so maybe that's actually better. Yeah, and I'm getting knight e5 soon, so that looks pretty good. Could also just play at h6, because he doesn't have any diagonals. Just a knight, but then he has knight g4, which looks kind of uncomfortable for me. So let's do bishop g4, I think, is the best. Still got a decent amount of time. Knight e5 or knight c5 looks good. I want to activate that knight. Gotta be a bit careful if I want to... Can I take it? I think I can just take it, because now I have at g7. He doesn't really have any continuation. This just looks better for me, I think. Okay, now I could take, or I could just go knight e5 immediately. I could take here. A lot of options. I have too many knights, I think, so I want to keep the bishop on f6. I'm a bit concerned if knight e5 takes. Nah, I don't think that's that bad. So do I play knight e5 or do I drop the knight? I'm gonna play knight e5. I don't think that knight's covering my king that well. It's covering the dark squares, which are already safe. I guess I can pre-move this. Yeah. He might he might go takes, takes, and then take here. That's a bit scary. Yeah, because my light squares are very weak, and I have no mate threat after taking the queen here, so that's why maybe this was better. At least his king's a bit weaker. No, I think this is a bad move, but knight e5, and I don't know if it's a good move either. So he chooses not to go for it. Could play knight at c4, attack here, and defend my knight. I could take and then take and take e4 as possible. Take d4, I mean. I think here I'm still fine, so let's just play knight at c4. I like this move. Threaten b2. Rook b1, I probably take. Then knight takes, pawn takes. Maybe that doesn't really work. I guess I have bishop g3, but he might have pawn f2. Just getting a bit out of my calculation range. b3. That looks very strange. Maybe I'll probably just take. He's already made his weaknesses now, so now I have bishop at b2. So I want to trade the dark square bishops off, and this looks much better for me already. Yeah, definitely. Oh, now I even have bishop f3, and if he takes, I have knight g2, forking the king and queen. Okay, this is just game over pretty much. Unless it's not, maybe. So I could take, or bishop b2, still winning. Take here, that's also winning. Takes, and then I take back. I think I like this better though, because my king's a bit safer. Bishop b2. It's kind of. I think it's impossible to defend both of them. 2 attackers, 1 defender, and then 0 defenders. His time's getting low. My king's still pretty safe. h5 is a bit scary, but it's just way too slow, I think. Bishop h7. Okay. Let's ignore it. Could have probably taken as well, but okay. Bishop c3. And now I have a battery in the dark squares, so the dark squares are not a concern. Now he's blundered his queen. Even better, I can actually play knight e2 first. Knight d2, I mean. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess he could have gone to e1, but then take with check. g1 also take with check, so would have been take with check anyways. Okay, so I've got an advantage finally. Thought I wasn't gonna do so good, but hopefully I can still win. So I already got 7 out of 10 games. That felt so quick. I'm not gonna switch up my white opening. I don't really know that many openings. The other one will be g3, bishop g2, just d4, g3, bishop g2. But I'm not so good at it. So I guess this went well last time. Bishop h4 and then take. Provoking f6. He might try bishop at f6. I'll take again. If knight takes, then I'm happy that his knight's not on e4. I can probably pressure, yeah. So I guess he thought f6 is bad from the last game. Takes to the g-pawn now. I think that actually works. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't at first, but... Okay, so if knight d2, bishop h5, h3 is same as last time, I think. Unless I could do h3 immediately, but then he takes and sacks on f2. Oh, this is a big mistake. This is a very common mistake. Here you take and then take on f2. And the dark squares are so weak after h3, so h3 is a really big mistake. I don't think I can play that. Bishop h5 is kind of hard to play against, to be honest. I don't think I can play h3 because it's just knight f2. I need this h3 pawn to cover the dark squares. So bishop h5, maybe bishop d3. Okay. So yeah, queen takes and knight takes are about the same, but last time I played knight takes, I just liked it better. Okay, so I have bishop h3 or bishop g3. I like g3 better. h3 has knight g5. It's also a bit weak. Maybe in the future knight at b5. Something like that. Or I could sack and play bishop c5 and get some control of the king. Also eyeing this square, so maybe knight h5. He plays something and then take d6. If queen takes, I can take here. Okay, knight d7 into defending it, but Just try to overwork the queen with these two squares with knight h5. But more importantly, it just blocks the rook. Okay, can't play f3, just take c2. I probably could actually, and then rook c1 maybe. Could also try this. No. Can I take here? I feel like that's a bit pointless, and then he gets pressure. So I think I might sack the pawn. Does that work? Oh, I could play bishop a4 check and then f3. That looks tempting because f3 is such a good move to keep my king safe. I guess bishop c6 though. Maybe I didn't think that through. Yeah, now he's just more developed, so that didn't work at all. Uh-oh. Can I take still? Just don't quite like it. He's got a lot of pressure after I take. Okay, let's try it. This one could easily be a loss, I think. I'm already down on time. It's probably worse position. He's like bishop b8, and looks pretty rough for me. I wish I could put a bishop on e2 if my queen is in the way. Bishop g4, he plays like f5. Still trying to find a way to cover f3 better. Maybe just f3. Takes, I play rook takes. And I can give up the rook later, like bishop e4, just here, and takes, and then takes just something, I don't know. I think f3 is probably my best chance to defend the square. Maybe even f4, actually. He can still en passant, but I think it's actually stronger than f3. So he thought for like a minute on this move already. I don't know why. I think bishop b8 is a pretty obvious defense. Maybe it's not as good as knight c8 or something, but I guess you can try e5. E5 is kind of bad though, because it weakens the light squares. I can put knights in the future. So this is what he's thinking about. Wow. Knight takes d6 check, queen takes, take, knight h3, mates. Okay, well, that's interesting. I guess I have to take, I think. I don't see any mates after knight h3, so should still be okay. Maybe knight d2. Knight h4 is also good. I probably should just start defending this diagonal. Could also try taking here. No. Okay, so bishop at e2. Takes, knight h4. Yeah, I think I have to do this. I don't think I have a choice. Bishop f3 is really, really clever. I mean, this is very tough for me now. It's a close match. Okay, now bishop h3 covers the... Oh, wow. If bishop h3, then knight takes f3 to check. If I take back, then he has queen h1 mate, so... Maybe I can take here. Does that really work? Let's say I take. Knight h3 is covered. This is the big threat, I think. Oh my god, it doesn't work. Wow. I have to play king takes because it's double check, and then rook g1 is mate. It's crazy. He is playing some really good games, I think. Might have to sack and play bishop f3. Or I could play h3. I think I'm losing my queen anyway, so I may as well just sack the queen. And then bishop f3. Yeah, this looks good. Knight h4 is good, so I just block a little bit. He's got knight at g5. It's a bit slow though. Oh no, knight g5 I can... No, I can't. Wow, a lot of tricks. So knight g5 if I take, he has knight h3. Rook pins this, king sidestep, queen g1, knight f2 mate. So knight g5 does work. Maybe then I play h3 so I can take here later. I think he did this because of the pressure on the knight. Makes sense. There is no pin anymore though, so knight h4 I can probably take. Yeah. It's a bit slow. I gotta say, it's a bit slow. Now I have moves like this. I could. This looks pretty good. Get rid of the bishop or the rook. Probably just sidestep here. Bishop covers. Bishop covers here. Maybe rook takes. Rook takes here. Oh man. F takes, I get mated. Knight takes here, I get mated. So H takes, I guess. Still alive in this line, so Queen G1 doesn't work. Okay, he's kind of given up the attack with this signals. Let's just get rid of this so I have less pressure here. I can probably, yeah, let's just try this. I do have rook G1 at some point. Might have queen here, I don't think so. Now I'm threatening at d7, it's very sneaky. Okay, this should be mate now. If he runs here, then at g7, knight f5. Yeah. Okay, queen with check looks good. Yeah. Rook e8. No mate yet, I guess, so just take. We still did our job for the counterattack, I think. Now I'm really scared of queen h3, but every time the bishop covers g2, so I should be safe. Now, okay, he has a rook, that's pretty risky now. Let's play queen at g4 with check, just to cover here, and then promote to queen. If he blocks his rook, then I can do this and check. This should be mate now. I guess I had a little more time to think. Knight takes d6 is probably better. Oh man, knight takes d6 is definitely better. Rook f7 maybe? Take here for knight at f7, I think. This is confusing. Okay, so we're still alive. I think rook here would have been mate, but I can't even think straight. Just trying to be really fast. Yeah, this is still a bit confusing now. I don't think I've won yet. Trying to get him to allow me to do stuff like this, and now his dark throws are very weak. So this looks like it's gonna be mate for me soon. Very low on time though. It's really uncomfortable. Okay, so he doesn't have any mates, so I can just do that. Okay, I gotta be really careful on time. Okay, finally. Oh, there it is. What a game. That was really difficult. So, I think the big turning moment was when he allowed me to play at d7. That really helped me. So, if I win one more, I win the match. I don't know how tie breaks works, so I guess I have to ask if we end up getting 5-5, but hopefully we don't. So, this line, I guess c6. h5. Now let's just play bishop g4. Uh-oh. Okay, so I've allowed at h6. I think bishop back is the right move. A lot of times in 1-0 I take and play at g7, which is probably also good, but I think this is technically better. So I guess retreat. I don't want to trade and give him diagonals for the square. I think at g7 is a good strategy. After takes, I'm doing good. Okay, now this is really scary. I think I'm going to be losing this game, to be honest. I have bishop takes c3 with check at some point, maybe. Bishop at d4 looks good, but I think I have to first. I don't know if I want to play bishop or not, because bishop covers h7, but. this looks pretty bad. I don't think I can hold this position much longer. Thinking queen takes g6. If I take here, that's mate in 1. Take here, he takes, and knight g5. Probably would have been mate. So I think that was a missed opportunity. Now I have this bishop d4 move, covers my dark squares, attacks f2, attacks c3. Okay, that's a problem. Oh man. I was kind of hoping I could ignore it, but I don't think I can. I guess I could try queen here. Or maybe I shouldn't remove that. My goal is some sort of... Yeah, well... Bishop takes. King moves, and then bishop takes c3 for knight g3. In these kind of positions, you really just got to go for a counterattack. It's your only hope to survive. I mean, I'm not going to actually defend this, so... Still can't take. It's very annoying. I think I'm going to do this. Now I can not take. Never mind. Could take here. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, take if queen takes rook b1. Takes. Do I have any quicker attack? At b2, maybe? So, takes at b2, rook b1. If I take here, he... And this is really confusing. So if he gets a rook, I think I'm going to be losing to mate. So I don't want to take here and go rook b1, because then he gets a rook. So let's take here instead. Bishop here probably works to cover a diagonal, but let's do pawn first. I still don't think he has any mates quite yet. He could probably take here, though, and allow me to... Oh, okay, that's just easy mate. Yeah, on g7. Okay. So, 5-4. If I win this game, I win the match. If I lose, I don't even know, because tie breaks. Should I switch up the opening? Well, it's been going good. I think I'm going to try it again. I could try g3, but let's just play it safe. Yeah, I think so. A little bit of a time advantage. Probably not super significant, but... I think this game has been pretty accurate for both of us. Now I kind of like c4, but the issue I think is takes, knight takes at e4. Could probably try h3 first, but then he can take f3, and knight at e4 is pretty scary. So h3 takes, I probably play bishop takes. I just don't like it that much. I think this is safer. Still a bit concerned about e4. I think the computer doesn't like these kind of moves because e4. Just pressure here. Probably play e5 to counter that. At h3, I think I could just take and then play e5, and there's not too many threats here. So I think I'm slightly better here, but it's still pretty risky. If I take here, I'm risking the queen opening up, so he's got like knight takes here, yeah. Why did you even think of that? I guess I should have thought of that a little bit more. Now knight takes e4. If knight takes, queen takes d1. Yeah, so I gotta block. Oh no, that was just so bad. Now it looks losing. I could have just taken with a knight. It would have been completely fine. So I really should have thought more carefully. And now it's definitely losing. He had bishop takes g2, takes at g4. Or sorry, takes knight first. And then maybe even trade queen. His king is very safe with this setup. It's gonna take me a few moves to invade, so looks pretty tough. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh man. This is just completely lost. That was such a dumb blunder, but oh well. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I had a few games to prove myself, but takes my queen, I guess. Bishop h1. Queen takes e2. I mean, it's just completely lost. There's no hope. Now you can take, yeah. You can take here, and then I take here. Or just at g2 is already winning, I think. I can even stop mate. Takes, 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 mate. Yeah. That's crazy. It's mate. That last game was really, really bad because I think if I had just taken e5 with the knight, this would have been much better for me already, but I just didn't see that the queen was opening up, so. Okay. Two more, apparently. So. Hopefully I can start winning again. This d5 line is very annoying. I'm tempted to play c6, but then usually the pawn helps him too much. I think here c6 looks good still. There's not much you can do with a pawn after the trade. Okay, let's do the same we did that first game. I think I won that game in the end. But he played queen takes e2 though. I think the correct move is knight takes e2. Oh, but he can't. This knight takes, then I take here, so with this knight then it's probably better for me. don't even remember what I played last game. He played knight f3, that was different, yeah. Okay. I think c5 is good. If he takes en passant, I'm happy to trade. If he doesn't, then I have good dark square control. Goes back. I think I'm gonna try knight g4. Takes, maybe. Okay, he doesn't. Let's just develop. Yeah. At g5 looks really strong. Yeah. Something of at d4 or knight at g4 to try to keep covering this square. Could also play h5 actually. I think that's the best move actually. h5, just get rid of this pressure. If he takes, then just take back, I guess. Maybe take like, I don't know if it really matters. Let's take like this actually. I don't think knight here is a threat. And I wouldn't take it anyways, but if I take like this, then I was scared of some sort of pressure on the bishop, so probably doesn't make that much of a difference though. Okay. King h8 looks best, I think. He might take and go knight g5. Knight g5 immediately. Can I take it maybe? Can I take c3? Nah. Could play queen e8. Don't think the rook helps him too much. If I take here, he goes h takes, opens up the file. But this looks safe as well, to be honest. Here, h takes. Yeah, I think this is okay. Right? Bishop here, maybe? No, that doesn't work. I think if he ever sacrifices here, I have bishop g6 or pawn g6. I should be okay. So he does sacrifice there already. Okay. Oh, it's double check. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna go rook h7 now. I think this is looking better for me. Rook h7 covers a lot of threats. I've got the diagonal covered, this square covered a lot. Maybe at g6 is good, but now I can... maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Knight e6 looks good. Because I'm thinking if takes, he probably has drop. If king takes, knight f5. So I don't think that's worth it. Let's play knight e6. And then we're covering the square. If he takes here, then I might want to try to get rid of his queen. Or take c3, but this is a really tough game. So he does take that. I don't think he saw that I could take back with the bishop, though. Maybe he wants to take here. It's hard to tell. It looks better for me, though. No, it's really hard to tell. I don't know. He's low on time, though, in this kind of position. You really want to think, so... That's not really a mate threat. It gives me some time. So if I take, do I have enough? Probably not. Queen. Queen b6 is probably strong. Okay, let's say takes. Queen b6 check. Bishop e3. At g3. Looks really strong. So I think that's winning. Let's try it. Oh, this is really risky. This is so risky. If my attack goes wrong, that's just GG. There's no hope. Oh no! Oh, I completely missed this. Yeah, that's just mate. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. Oh, now I have to win this game. I'm doing pretty bad now. So I think that last game, it would have been mate if he... I was assuming he was going to take my rook. I guess I didn't see knight f7, pretty obvious. I had h6, takes, and then knight at e5 would have attacked the queen and covered these squares. It would have been okay. Okay, let me see what it says in the instructions. Or actually, oh, there it is. I don't know where to find it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna lose this match, but I would have to win 3 in a row. Oh man, that was pretty bad. I had 5-3 score, so he had to win 2 in a row, but he did it, and now he's won a third. That last game was really rough. I guess I should switch openings again, but... Well, this might be my best chance. Okay. So I guess we are gonna play more. I think I'm gonna try the same opening. It's probably the best I can do. Maybe I'll go bishop g5 this time instead of bishop f4. I think I'll try that, yeah. Maybe I should play knight e5 before e3 and bishop g4 pins it. Now I can play f3. That'd be pretty awkward for his knight. I like f3 because my bishop covers the light squares, so probably has to go knight d6. You could also choose to ignore it. G5, I think bishop e1. Here I can probably take, sack, and drop again. That looks pretty strong, but he gets the h-file, so I get the feeling that's what he wants me to do. I think for now, just develop, probably. At least one more developing move. And then next I can take and take. But it's pretty scary to take here and give him this open h-file. It's kind of weak squares here. I have my doubts about it. Yeah, now if I take, he even has bishop takes here. Should I go f4? No. already feels worse for me somehow. Let's try knight b5. Wow, suddenly he's just destroying me. And this already feels better for black, I think. Sort of punished my decision to play f3. Now he's castled, now I think I can take here, so... Take, yeah, let's do that. Maybe it's a bit pointless though. Kinda want to take here, but I don't know what that does either, so... Try knight g3, bishop d3 next, I think. So I guess the long-term goal here is bishop d3, somehow weaken the light squares, and then take, and drop on g6. So if I can somehow get rid of these two bishops, then that looks good for me. Let's do this. If he takes and then takes d3, I think I'm happy with taking f6, and I have some kingside initiative. Could go both ways though, actually. No, I think it's better for me still. Okay, now I think I want to trade and then trade. Just because this bishop battery is annoying, and my knight on b5 is doing absolutely nothing, so... This is a good bishop now. It's kind of a pin to this pawn. This is defended by the rook. This does look better for me, but I've been messing up some positions, so... Now take and e5 looks super, super good. I think it's worth it. That's a big threat. Even this is a threat. That knight on h4 is a good knight. It's kind of annoying. Probably try to get rid of it soon. Now, I think take and pin is best. If only this pawn wasn't here, I could put more bishops and keep pinning, but he can just defend and it should still be okay. I do need a knight pretty badly, so that's kind of nice. I don't think knight h4 is strong enough for that to be worth it. Knight h4, I just go back and I redrop on g2 eventually. If he drops on g2, I can move my rook up, or I don't even have to play bishop h3 instead. Promote, then queen takes, and I'm still safe. Yeah, I like bishop h3 a lot, actually, in that line. So, knight h4. Okay, but he does this instead. If I take now, what's his idea? Queen h8, maybe. Yeah, let's not risk it. I think king g1. He's running low on time now. I got knight g4. It's a very nice move. How about... This looks pretty safe. I don't think he's going to have a mate in a very long time now. So now I have knight g4. Okay. I guess even better than knight g4 is this line. At e3 is a bit scary, so I gotta make sure this goes to mate. I think this looks like mate, yeah. Okay, this should be mate. Knight g5, rook f8, yeah. Or rook h8 in this line. So, I guess we keep playing until one of us has a 2-point advantage, so... Might take a while since we're pretty equal. I want to risk d5 again. Not really, but... I'm doing pretty bad with this opening, so I think it's worth trying. But it seems like he knows his opening better, to be honest, than the other one. Let's do a6 again. I think what I have to do is watch out for this and play h6 before he does anything about it. Like, I think he played that last time, yeah. Either bishop f6 or let's just play h6. If he sacrifices, I think yeah, I should be okay still. It's not good though, to be honest. Knight e5, my light squares are just so weak. Takes knight e5, I think. My goals here are probably to... Let's pin the knight. That was good. I am using my only bishop though, so I don't know if I might need that for defense, like bishop g8 to cover here. I think I can give up my queen, but it's a bit risky too, so... Oh, he's attacking this bishop too, so... I have to do something like this. Let's try knight e4. So if he takes here, I'm happy with taking. If he takes my queen, I think I play rook takes. I don't think he has any attack. Any instant threats. I think I just gotta really pull off a win. Okay, we're both winning a lot as white and black, so I don't know if it really matters so much. But here it's still a bit difficult for him to break through. Like knight on e7 is actually very important, covering some light squares. Two pieces covering here, so I can probably just take, but it's still risky. I think I have to take anyways, so. Takes the bishop, I will play c takes to cover e5, I think. Let's do, yeah, that looks good. At g6 is pretty scary. I could probably run though, so maybe bishop at g6 is better to prevent me from running to e8 and d7 and going to the queen side. His king just feels really safe. It's hard to do anything about it. Okay, so he does this now. Now I'm very tempted to just run. Bishop here, king up. Takes, 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 takes. Queen here, drop. And I kind of feel safe. If I take here, I think he's getting too much attack. I think he should have put a bishop there. Now I can probably run. Unless I miss something. I don't see any way he can stop me from getting to d7, which is kind of a safe haven. He needs a knight to... Oh, I guess he can get a knight pretty quickly. Bishop d3, I guess I can take c3 still. But this still looks so much better for white. It's gonna be lucky if I can recover from this. For some reason, from this perspective, it looks so tough, in my opinion, because there's all these scary stuff like this. But I mean, white really is mating kind of soon. You can never give a single knight. There's like knight e5, knight c5 ideas. There's queen b6, knight b6, attacking the king on d7. Okay, now there's no issues with the knights. Maybe just rook takes. If I take here, then queen c7 or bishop c7 might be bad. Maybe if I take here, he's go bishop here and queen here. That's his idea. It could be, and then bishop b6. Yeah. Don't want to play knight takes because, well, knight takes actually defends a lot of squares. So it's kind of hard to tell. Oh man, this is a tough decision. So, if knight takes, I'm defending a lot of important squares. b7, f7, most important ones. But then I also lose a lot of my attacks, so I don't think it's worth it, because I think I'm going to get destroyed anyway, so I may as well try to counterattack. If I take here, I'm scared of bishop f... Oh, bishop f7 I can maybe just sidestep, though, so let's take with pawn. Bishop f7... Maybe I still want to go d7, but then queen b7, block, bishop b6... I think that's just losing. I have to play king f8. I am still alive, though. Now I think the goal is to get another diagonal, so I can put diagonal here if takes, another diagonal there. And then these captures are really good, so I just need one more diagonal piece. I think sacrificing on g6 is too risky though. Getting a bit tired. How many castles? That's really unexpected. So I could take here. I am concerned after queen e1 or something he's gonna get my he's gonna get a knight. If I give him a knight, that seems really bad for me. So another option is just sack here, or at bishop at h3. Don't have a pawn. Or I could try. Well, no. Okay. Bishop h3 takes. How does that look? Maybe just knight at g5. But then he can get the knight soon, so. How about bishop h4? So, pressuring here seems a bit difficult to defend. Maybe knight takes c3 is better. If queen e1, then queen f3, okay. Now I think I have knight at g5. He takes my knight, I take back. Does he have any mates? Not that I can see. Oh, wait. Knight g5 takes. Bishop takes. Bishop f7. If king here, knight here, rook at the back rank. So I have to play takes and then sides. Oh god, that looks so bad. How about move my knight to g5? That looks better. Now there's no way he can take a knight. Yeah. Yeah, now this looks pretty good actually. If he goes here, I can happily get his queen. I don't think he has mate quite yet. I should have mate first. Oh, this is a really scary situation. I feel like I need so much more time, but not enough time. Let's just play knight at f6 to be safe. Knight at h3 now. I don't think I have so much to worry about with the knights. Yeah. I gotta be really careful, but I think this knight's covering everything pretty well now, so. Right. This can help me, so there's no super tricky mates. Okay, this looks really good. And it's still not quite winning yet, I don't think. Do I play rook g2 or take? I think rook g2. I still don't think he has mate, but I could be wrong. Oh, that covers. Oh, that's so annoying. Wow. That was really well played by him. I don't think I had anything I could do. Yeah, I just blundered mate. Oh, man. He is so tough. That was such a genius move. Bishop takes e6 and it covered h3, so I had no mate. I think if he gets the rook, I should still be okay, but could be wrong. Yeah, maybe I should have played bishop a4 check first. Oh, man. I have been messing these positions up so badly. I don't know why I'm playing these moves and then he just develops more. I guess I made him use a bishop and his knight's kind of limited. Maybe now bishop at h5 and try to go for light squares. There's still hope, but I mean, I shouldn't blunder this so quickly. Thought I had him for a bit, but I think e4 is good here. My queen's defending now. Can throw in a little check. Maybe knight takes, I don't know. I really want bishop h5. My goal is to Attack on the light squares. That's very annoying. Can I do knight f5, knight e2 maybe? Let's do knight e2, covering here. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Can I trade queens? Maybe at d7 is good. Let's do at d7, I think. This is just so bad. I think I've lost. Oh man, I think I can recover from this. He's got at e6 and maybe d5, but it's just so difficult to continue. Okay, maybe that doesn't look so bad actually, because e6 is pretty strong pressure. Pretty strong pressure on e6. I think it's worth a shot. If he lets me take here, I should have mate. Yeah, for sure. But he's doing it. Can I play bishop e6? Maybe. Do I take the knight? No, let's just take here. Probably has to go back now. And then I have to deal with this. So knight up, takes maybe. Yeah, this is really bad. He's coming up with some really nice moves. And then he can pin it, and I don't have any. Yeah, this is really tough. My bishop is covering here like this though, so takes, rook b1, then I can move the knight still. Also threatening b5 actually, so maybe that will help. Gotta be careful of a knight though, that would fork. So he does go rook there. I think this is the best move. Attack, attack, defend, defend. Oh, he wins my queen. Uh-oh. This is hard to see. Okay. Take here maybe? No, I think best is just to take the knight. But then he's got... Yeah, I think I have to take the knight. Oh, his bishop takes here though. He rook pins, then... He's starting queen e1 mate though, so I gotta do something about that. Rook d2 queen. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, this is brutal. He's playing really, really well. I kind of feel like not even taking. I don't think I can. Okay, I kind of have to though. Oh well. This is just terrible in every way. Oops. At d2 and I can just resign, yeah. Oh man. Let's try rook e2. But I mean, I think I'm lost here. Maybe I can flag him, I don't know. What, 9 seconds? He just went up so much. I don't know if that's lag or something, but it's probably lag, yeah. I want to get out of the way, I think. Oh man, this is so hard to play. I mean, this is just completely lost. I have no hope. Yeah, it's a bit behind so that it's giving him a lot of time. Okay, it's not giving him, it's just not showing up on my screen. I mean, this is just... this is just dead lost. Oh man, how did I mess that up? Oh, I thought I had a really good chance, but I guess not. Rook f2. Oh no. Maybe we'll go over the games afterwards, but I don't really know what I did wrong. It was a tough match. Did really well. I gotta learn my openings better, I think. Here was I guess this game was just a really dumb blunder on c2. The computer really can't run though with this speed. Let's see. So here I had a 5-3 situation, so it was really winning for me, but I messed up this game somewhere. Well, it recommends trading the bishops. I mean, it's just so counterintuitive because then you get the bishop for g7. So I think I played bishop d7, and now it's apparently really good for. Whoops. Really good. So okay, let's see what the computer wants. Bishop at b6, g4. Yeah, somehow it still says it's good for black, but I don't see it at all. Queen b6, wow. What if like bishop g7? Yeah, that computer's just insanely good, crazy stuff like e3. So I guess I played too passive. I think that's the real big issue here. All these kind of lines, it's like tempting to go back, but you always got to go as aggressive as possible. Even, I mean, this seems just so pointless because the king is still very safe. So I guess here, what if bishop at f3? Then knight d4, yeah. How about knight takes e2? I guess you can always play at g7. So okay, that's a pretty important lesson. Best move was take here. Yeah, this I blundered mate. I thought maybe I had something here, but Apparently I was losing the whole time. How about this? Oh, this was my really silly blunder. This one was also a silly blunder, so I guess that's one of my issues. So this position definitely looked better for me at some point. I mean, minus 11, I really don't get that. But the computer really doesn't like h5, it's just too passive apparently. So I was considering this, I thought, I mean, look at this, it just looks so strong. Okay, you just block. And then bishop g7, and it's kind of hard. I mean, look at that. At h2. I guess it makes sense now that you see how weak the back rank is, but it's hard to see in this position that the back rank is going to be so weak. I think just being more aggressive is the entire idea. I just kept playing passive moves like this, and then he gets really strong attacks. But even, I don't know. Still plus 15, wow. Okay, well. Congrats to Mahyar. He got 2 higher than me, so he passes on to next round. Thanks for watching.